we're back with yet another Let's Make Up a Moveset for a Smash Bros. Character video. An original concept, I'm sure. Completely original. And after doing Crash Bandicoot, Steve, Goku, Master Chief, and Spyro... Wait, no. I spoiled the next one! Anywho, this channel's main focus is Pokemon, so it seems fitting that we do a Pokemon character for a new Smasher. And ever since Brawl, I thought it'd be really neat to add more Pokemon trainers from other generations. After all, there are so many Pokemon characters that it seems fitting to have a load of them in Smash. Makes a lot more sense than Fire Emblem anyway. Also, besides the 30+ anime swordsmen, there is another tragedy that plagues Smash. Of all the Pokemon that they do have, they are extremely out of balance, generation-wise. I mean, there are no Pokemon from Gen 3 or 5. And with the recent Pichu nerf, is there really even a Gen 2 rep? Pichu's dead.
Oh, I don't feel too good, Mr. Falcon.
And while Sceptile is a really requested, and I mean a really requested Pokemon for Smash, I feel like him being in Pokken is almost a guaranteed deterrent for him being in Smash. But if you people really want, we may do another Pokemon trainer in Smash video, Gen 3 trainer, but only if this one does well, so let me know down below. Anywho, our editor Scoopa92 came up with some moves and ideas for a Gen 2 trainer, so let's get into it. First off, the trainer, of course. We chose Kris, the female trainer from Crystal, as the default, and of course the male trainer as the secondary option. I mean, why not switch it up for the second trainer? It's only fair. Plus, Kris was the first playable female trainer, so she's special. But how would naming work? Would they make the names of the trainers act like Bowser Jr. and the Koopa Kids? We have Red and Leaf, and then there's Kris and Ethan, or you could always just imagine the announcer saying, Pokemon Trainer 2. Kind of like Bowser Jr. Same inflection. Pokemon Trainer 2? Now for Pokemon, we gotta go with Chikorita, everybody's favorite, Quilava, and finally Feraligatr. And obviously, they all will have moves from their games, the ones that they can learn. However, for the sake of style and being interesting, some will have moves that they are technically unable to learn, but that just makes sense because a later evolution can learn it, or it just fits their overall character. But you know, only a few of the moves will be that. It'll mostly be sense-making. And also, because there are 3 movesets for a player to learn, each one will be pretty basic. That's not to say non-unique, just not super complex. So that's a lot to cover. Let's get going already. Starting with everyone's favorite starter, the Banana Company. Starting with specials, her neutral special is Giga Drain, acting similarly to Robin's Nosferatu thing, hurting the opponent while healing herself. However, missing this attack is rather dangerous as it has a lot of end lag, leaving you open to counterattacks. Side special is Magical Leaf. To differentiate it from Ivysaur's Razor Leaf, this leaf is slower and it homes, kind of similar to Samus's homing missile. As for up special, let's get kinda unique. We have Solar Beam, as it needs to look up to the sun to absorb the light. So, up special. It's an extremely strong move for such a small Pokemon. And just like the move in Pokemon, it needs to charge, similarly to Mario's Flood charge time. However, it's much more important and useful than the Flood, just like most other moves. And that's because it's also Chikorita's recovery. If used in the air, the powerful Blast of Energy moves diagonally downwards and propels the Chikorita upwards. So if you get caught off the edge without it charged, it's much more dangerous and difficult for you to recover. Though perhaps for balancing's sake, it could work similarly to Diddy Kong's charging jetpack. Oh right, and if you use it on the ground, you will just fire it upwards in a diagonal direction. Finally, we have Down Special. Pokemon Change, exactly like the other Pokemon trainer. However, perhaps the balls would be Great Balls to help spice things up. Her jab would be 2 quick Vine Slaps followed by a stronger Leaf Smack. Forward tilt would be a simple leaf swing in front of her. Up tilt is an upward swing of the leaf above her. And down tilt, well, you guessed it, it's a downward swing of the leaf on the ground. Now, forward smash is Body Slam. Body Slam makes Chikorita throw herself upwards and forward, landing on the ground in front of where she was originally. Similar to K. Rool's down smash, but it moves forward. and it's tiny. Up Smash is Seed Bomb, a multi-hit explosion that hits slightly above her, similar to Villager's Up Smash, though with much less hits. Next is Down Smash, Grass Knot, a move that will launch fighters further depending on their weight. The heavier they are, the farther they go, and it's visually similar to Isabelle's Down Tilt. Nair would be Poison Powder. A weak poison aura surrounds Chikorita, and it does very little damage and knockback, but it inflicts poison damage, similar to Joker's Ether ability. And then Forward Air would be another Leaf Swing. A Leaf Swing. I know. Chikorita doesn't really have much in terms of fighting prowess. I guess that's what you get for being a quadruped, you stupid bean pear tree seed. I mean, it could possibly spin forward while it swings. Anything to change it up. Up Air, again, would be another Leaf Swipe. Down Air would be a strong Vine Smack, downwards, possibly having a spike. And finally, Back Air. And well, Chikorita is a quadruped. Why not a strong Donkey Kick, like a horse? The strangest horse I've ever seen. Oh, and Dash Attack is simply a tackle. I mean, a starter Pokemon without a tackle is practically not a Pokemon at all! As for grabs, its vines really do serve their purpose here, and its pummels could be based off of Leech Seed, every pummel healing Chikorita a little tiny bit. And as for throws, why not just a generic Vine Toss in every direction? Easy. Now, for final smashes, we wanted to change it up a bit by not just doing another triple finish. I mean, why not have 3 separate smashers for all 3 Pokemon? That's so much cooler. However, for fairness' sake, they all do the same knockback and damage. It's just visual changes. And for Chikorita, we have Plant Frenzy, where a short cutscene plays of large roots coming up and beating the opponents up. As for taunts, we could use Cute Charm, or one where it gets all mad and flustered, because it's cute and nobody likes it. Because it's not actually cute. Same goes for the victory screen. It could try to be cute and playful with the trainer. But I mean, we have 2 more Pokemon to cover, so I think I'll just leave the taunts and victory poses up to you. Use your imagination. Next up is Quilava, a favorite Pokemon of mine, and another quadruped. At least dominantly. Its neutral special could be Swift, which is chargeable. The longer the charge, the more stars come out upon release, and they home just a bit. The flinch and charging would be like Sheik's Needles, minus the being able to hold it. You have to spit it out after you charge it. And if you really hate the move Swift, you could always just take Flamethrower from Charizard and Bowser and put it on this tiny cute Stoat, because we need more of the same move in the game. Side special would be Flame Wheel. I'm actually surprised this isn't in the game already. It's a staple of all fire types. Quilava rushes forward in a blazing wheel like Sonic, and when it connects with something, most likely an opponent, Quilava jumps back, ready to follow up into some sweet combos. For Up Special, we have another fun one, an odd move you wouldn't expect to be a recovery. Smoke Screen. Just tapping the button will get you a smoke screen about the size of Piranha Plant's Side Special or the Smoke Bomb item, and it gets put where you are standing. But holding Up Special for just a bit will cause Quilava to fire the smoke screen beneath it, and it uses the air pressure to move it upwards, like a third jump. It's not the best or the highest, and you can use that smoke the same way the Smoke Bomb item uses it. It's to hide what you're doing for a while. You have no idea what Quilava's doing in there. Could be charging a smash, could be spamming a tilt. Who knows? And Down Special would again be Pokemon Swap. As for its jab combo, 2 swipes followed by an Ember. Very similar to a teeny tiny version of Ridley's F Smash, just way cuter. I know it might be impossible to be cuter than Ridley, but F Tilt could be Headbutt, but with the fire on its head bursting out to hurt the foe. Similarly, Up Tilt would be the same, but upwards. And Down Tilt is an Ember Spit in front of it, like Samus's Down Tilt. Smashes! F Smash would be Quick Attack, where Quilava dashes forward a good amount really quickly, only to hop back to its original position. It has a sweet spot at the very end of the dash that adds a good amount of knockback. For Up Smash, it flares both its tail and mane, engulfing any foe above it. For Down Smash, it uses Lava Plume, where it causes the ground around it to erupt lava. I mean, it's got lava in the name! You'd have to have some lava move, right? Nair is an in-place Flame Wheel spin. Forward Air, we have an explosion out of its hair in front of it. Up Air sends out an Ember similar to Zelda's Up Air. Down Air is the same, but beneath it. And Back Air is similar to Forward Air, but with its rump. And it possibly spins before the attack to add pizzazz. Dash Attack would be Flame Tackle, similar to Kirby's Dash Attack. However, if you land the hit, it could increase Quilava's speed for just a few moments, as that's what it does in the game. As for grabs, you don't really have many options, as Quilava is practically a quadruped. However, Using its fire ability, it can grapple opponents with its fire. It's like the move Fire Spin. It holds them in a wheel of flames, making pummels just furthering the spinning of the wheel. And each throw could incorporate Flamethrower, as if it were blasting it off in that direction. And as for a final smash, Blast Burn could be a good finisher. Huge pillars of fire surround a scared target as they slowly encroach and explode. As for taunts, anything that was cool in the 90s or early 2000s really, as Quilava was one of the edgier mid-evolutions in Pokemon. It could even try and imitate Ridley's just standing up taunt to look bigger, because it's like a noodle, just stands. And finally, we get to Feraligatr. Now this Feraligatr, instead of just being another Pokemon from the game, is going to incorporate some of the things from the anime. I remember some Sakurai quote about how the anime is how he chooses Pokemon. Anyway, so it works out. And in the anime, there is an especially cool Feraligatr because it's a sumo wrestler Feraligatr. So keep that in mind. For neutral special, we have Water Pulse, an almost copy of Corrin's Water Blast. It could be charged and launch, and it stuns just like Corrin's, or perhaps we could swap that for a different effect, like repulsing controls for just 1 second, or turning the fighter around like Mario's cape. And heck, after it launches the ball, it could bite, but with its mouth, instead of a dragon arm. Speaking of arms, his side special is Superpower, an extremely strong arm thrust forward, although it's quite slow. And also, once it hits, it lowers Feraligatr's defense and attack for some time, and it stacks each time you use it. It's similar to Charizard's Flare Blitz in that it's rather risky, but it's oh so strong. For up special, we have Aqua Tail. It spins around to attack with a water-charged tail. All that water gives it super armor even. When used in the air, the attack is much weaker, but it has some upwards mobility and a lot of horizontal mobility, similar to Donkey Kong's copter recovery. More height, perhaps. And lastly, down special, again, is Pokemon Change, completing the chain. As for jabs, keeping with the same pattern, we have 2 arm throws followed by a bite. He's got big ol' chompers for a reason. In fact, forward tilt could be crunch, basically a stronger bite. Up tilt is still using his noggin, but with a headbutt. And down tilt would be a low kick. It'd be similar to Ryu and Ken's low kick, sweeping the legs, possibly even acting similar to Chikorita's down tilt in damaging heavier opponents more. For forward smash, we have Dive. Feraligatr dives into water only to spring up and attack foes near the water. Silly. Up smash, we have Ice Fang, a big ol' chomp upwards, but with an ice attribute, meaning it acts like every other ice attack in Smash Bros. It freezes the opponents for a moment. Down smash is Aqua Tail again, but it's just one big sweep of the ground with a water-covered tail, granting it super armor. For neutral air, we're gonna go with Flail. I know, weird, but hey, why not? It's similar to Bowser's neutral air. Feraligatr just kinda spins around, but awkwardly. Forward air is Crunch, but in the air, just a little nibble. Hard to pull off due to its speed, but very rewarding with knockback. Up air we got Slash, an overhead sweep similar to Bowser's up tilt. And down air is the same, but down. Back air is Slam, a hard swing of the tail downwards and behind itself. Of course, with a sweet spot that spikes. As for dash attack, we have Aqua Jet. Feraligatr surrounds itself in water and dashes forward, crashing through its opponents with more super armor. As for its grabs, we're thinking sumo style like we talked about earlier for sure. Pummel being chomps or bites, maybe slaps, you know, sumo stuff. And all his throws could be sumo tosses. Kinda like this animation. I don't know, throw question marks on the screen. There we go. Ending Feraligatr off, we have his final smash, a Hydro Cannon, firing a huge blast of water at the target. As for taunts, they could be sumo-based, or chomp-based, so basically K. Rool's taunts. But I mean, who doesn't want more chomps? That's a top-tier taunt right here! Now for alternate colors, we do have the 2 trainers, and they would just change color to reference other trainers from the other gens. And to save time, I'm not going to go over all of them and all their Pokemon, but at least one of the trainers would need to have the shiny versions of the Pokemon. And it would also be way cool if Feraligatr got a crocodile coloring, and probably also just, you know, different colors. It's such a blue color, you can just swap that for red, swap that for green, swap it for brown, you know. You could also take Quilava and invert it to make it closer to actual Honey Badger colors. Honey Badger don't care. So all in all, Pokemon Trainer 2 is fairly simple, but with a few recovery-related quirks. Each of the Pokemon fall into the weight class you would expect. Light, medium, leaning towards light, and heavy, like super heavy. Not Bowser heavy, but close to Bowser heavy. Like Charizard heavy, yeah. I don't know why I'm staying on this so long. Though despite the weight distribution, I feel like the speed distribution should be changed a little bit. Quilava should be faster than Chikorita. It's got this Sonic vibe for some reason, you know? Or is that just me? Plus, Chikorita has a few percentage recovery moves to make up for it being a bit slower than the other tiny characters. But those were just our thoughts. So what do you think? Let me know your ideas down below, and stay tuned, because next month is going to be so big. So many videos posted next month, because first of all, E3, there's likely going to be Pokemon news, and also, we're doing a ton of Dragon-type themed videos. Hence why the next Smash Bros. Moves making up a new character kind of thing that we're going to do is going to be Spyro, because it's Dragon. Who are we going to do for Fairy Month? Don't know yet. I swear, if it's Tingle,